Alright, YouTubers, go easy on me here. It's the first time I'm doing a cooking prep. I've done some videos on the finished product, but I figured, you know what? I've cooked this so many times, I'll just do a little video on it. It's a Florida staple, is having Cuban black bean soup, and this is my version on it. I got this, we used to travel to Gainesville a lot. There's a beautiful nursery there that we always go to, and where the nursery was, there was this restaurant. And I had the best black bean soup I ever had. And I just kind of guessed on what they had, other than the toppings. The toppings are all from that restaurant, and here I'm just guessing on what they put in the black bean soup. But it's good stuff. I have Cuban family members and Cuban friends. I mean, when you grow up in the Tampa Bay area, the Cuban culture has a big influence on it, particularly in Ybor City. So. Basically, to start out with, one just regular bell pepper, about a cup and a half of yellow onion, one bacon strip. You could use something even more hearty if you want, like a ham hock or something like that, but I just stick with bacon. And this is pre-cooked to make it easier. 4 cloves of garlic, but I'm a big garlic guy, so I'm going to use more. So we're going to start off with these ingredients. Well, we're not going to put the bacon in yet. But we're going to saute all these, and I like to crush my garlic. That's why I have this press here, and I put that in a little bit later on because you don't want to burn garlic. And then I'm just going to show you real quick. We're not going to add it yet. We're going to add some cumin and some cayenne a little bit, and I'll give you the specifications on that. I already rinsed and drained 3 15-ounce cans of black beans, so they're all set too. They'll be going in at some point too. So I'm going to stop this here. It'd probably be kind of choppy. I'm not like real fancy with fancy videos and stuff like that. So I'll come back in on the next step and show you what's going on. Now what I do a lot when I am chopping vegetables and things like that, and some of the vegetables are going bad, or there's parts in here that I'm not going to use in a recipe. I'm lucky enough to live in a more rural area. If you live in an urban area, it might attract rats and rodents and things. But I have lots of owls and snakes and other predators in my area. So I don't like this just to go to the landfill. I will throw it out in my yard, and birds love pepper seeds, and this other stuff will just degrade in there, and that'll help the soil. So I'm always looking for ways to help the animals and the environment whenever you're cooking. It'd just be a waste to just throw this and fill up the landfill when it could be reused and used as food for animals. Alright, right now I have the onions and the bell pepper in here in 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm going to cook this till tender, and towards the end I will add the garlic because, again, I don't want to burn it. So about halfway through, actually, I'll throw the garlic in, pressed garlic. And so we'll cook this through for a little bit till it's nice and tender, and then we'll go on to the next step. So I'll check back in. Okay, I just added the pressed garlic and freshly cracked pepper. I'm going to cook this down a little bit longer. But like I said, I don't want to burn the garlic, so I like to always add it towards the end or in the middle and keep it off of the bottom of the pan. So we'll let this cook down a little bit, and we'll add the next ingredients, which will be a tablespoon of cumin and a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. So I'll add that in a little bit. Okay, I've added the cumin, 1 tablespoon. And a 1/2 teaspoon of the cayenne. This is where you can really start to smell the aroma. That's going to really make up the essence of this soup. So I'll check back in on the next step. Sorry, it's kind of bootleg here, but I got to work with one hand and cook. So, but hopefully I'll get better over time. Still on a medium heat, I added 6 cups of beef broth. You don't have to use beef broth. You can use chicken, or for vegetarians and vegans, vegetable broth. And also, you would also omit putting that slice of bacon in, and it would be more or less completely vegetarian. It depends on your option here. I do make this a lot vegetarian because I have family members who are vegan and vegetarian. Today, though, I'm making it more traditional just to show you the traditional way of making it, but it's just as delicious making it with vegetable broth and leaving out the bacon slice. So I like both ways. So this can be used for people who are vegetarian, vegan, or traditional. just do the way you like to do and eliminate the ingredients that you want to eliminate. But it's still good. It's whichever way you make it. Okay, I just added again 3 cans of rinsed and drained 15-ounce black beans and the piece of bacon, and we're going to bring it up to a boil, and we'll boil it for about 15 minutes or so. Oh, just a correction on this. Actually, we're going to bring it to a boil, and then we're going to simmer for 15 minutes. That's the next step. So I'll be back in a while. I got a little bit of time now to relax a little bit and clean up. And once I clean up, after 15 minutes, we should be ready to the next step. It's all easy from here on in. All right, it's boiling. It's time to simmer down. So we're going to turn it on low and let it simmer for at least 15 minutes. You can let it simmer longer if you want. So it's on low. Time to simmer. Simmer down, son. Simmer down. Now when I make this for my wife, she's being a vegetarian, of course I leave out the beef or chicken broth and I leave out the bacon strip. And we just add a little bit more crushed pepper. Really is about the only difference in there, and we're good. So like I said, it's easy to just replace a couple of ingredients in this for a vegetarian dish as well. Okay, I actually put the soup in the fridge a little bit to cool it down, because my next step is it's very important that whenever you use this, it gets to a lower temperature. You don't want to do it super hot, because I'm going to be using this puree machine here, mixer, to make a puree out of this soup. It gives it a really good texture. You have to do it very slowly and very carefully. And if you don't have it, you can eat it this way too. I just really enjoy using this. So you want to put it in. You don't want to just start it here, like on the top, because that liquid can spray into your face and give you burns, and if it gets into your eyes, you can have serious eye damage. So you want to be really careful. If you're going to use a machine like this, put it down, and then what you're going to do is start the but never take it out. If you put it up here, it's going to spray. So you have to keep it down below the water and just start pureeing. I'm going to do this for a while and not bore you with the annoying noise. So now it looks like chocolate cake batter, but that's what you want, and it's ready. And then we just add the toppings, which are going to be sour cream, shredded pepper jack, cilantro, and red onion. So I'll come back. And here's the finished product. You swirl in a little bit of sour cream, put the pepper jack cheese, a little bit of red onion and cilantro on there, and it's just delicious. Good medicine for the tummy.